Good afternoon. Today I'm going to make spoon rolls, and they're real easy. You mix them up and put them in the refrigerator, and then you cook them the next day. And it doesn't make a lot of rolls. I'm really not sure how many it makes. I'm so used to making 2 or 3 dozen at a time. So we'll get started. Okay, it calls for 2 cups of warm water. That would be like a little warmer than a baby's bottle. And then we put in a package of yeast. And I just use a tablespoon. I'm getting low on yeast, so I'm going to have to buy some more. Okay. Mix yeast and water until yeast dissolves. Then it says add melting shortening, or shortening that has been cooled. Let's see, I warmed it up in the microwave. Let me see how it looks. Not even close to being melted. Okay. I've had this recipe for 40 years, and I like it. I say that it's very good, but I never made it very much because it doesn't make a lot of rolls. But that doesn't mean it's not good. Anytime you have yeast bread, it's going to be loved by everybody. All right. Melted the shortening. I put it on my Gen Air so it would cool off. I stuck my finger in there, and it's just warm. Okay, we need a third of a cup of sugar, so that's a little less than, let me see, yeah, 1/3 is less than a half a cup, so I'll just put a little less in there. Okay, 1/3 cup of sugar, half a cup of melted shortening, cooled, and it calls for 1 beaten egg. It'll beat up when I put that mixer in there. And a little bit of salt. I remember my mother saying a half a teaspoon of salt for every cup of flour. So I just got 4 cups. I'll put 2 teaspoons of salt in there. And of course, as you make this recipe and eat them, if you find that you don't like that much salt, or you want less salt, you can adjust it. Okay, let's mix this up. Okay. And then we have 4 cups of flour. And the flour that I've been using the past several videos has been Kroger unbleached all-purpose flour. When my husband and I were going through hard times, I just bought the cheapest flour I could find. You know, I couldn't afford all that expensive flour. I remember thinking how much gold mill flour cost. Thinking I'll never be able to buy that. And I can buy King Arthur, but I'm just not going to pay that much money for flour. Okay, let's mix up this 2 cups. 2 more cups of flour. Alright, all mixed up. Let me see if I can find a scraper spatula. Okay. And you can see how wet and loose that dough is. Almost kind of looking like a cake batter. Now you're going to put it in a container. I was looking for my kind of big blue one, plastic. Now, I guess I left it somewhere. So you're going to take this dough, even though it doesn't look like your regular bread dough, and put it in this container. Okay, now that is done until tomorrow. And in the blink of an eye, I'll be back tomorrow. Okay, y'all, I'm back with the spoon rolls. I'm going to grease this little muffin tin. And I'm going to use vegetable shortening today. I used spray oil on the zucchini bread, and they didn't pop out like I wanted, so I'm going to try the old-fashioned, wipe them with shortening. Okay, now last night about 2 o'clock in the morning I couldn't sleep, so I came up here to the kitchen. I thought, well, I'll unload the dishwasher, and I had a few dishes in the sink. And I thought, I wonder if I got anything in the refrigerator that needs to be thrown out or washed. I open up the refrigerator, and what do I see? The dough was coming over the sides, and thankfully I had cleared a spot for it, so it didn't get everywhere. But I had to spend about 20 minutes trying to get all that dough out of the refrigerator, because this top doesn't, it just kind of just lays on there. It's not snapped in. So I'll have to remember next time I make these to put them in a different bowl to rise in the refrigerator. Okay, let's see. Let's get started here. Now, I see lots of bubbles, because last night when I took it out of the refrigerator, I had to punch it down. And so I'm going to do that again. Yeah, and it's very sticky. If you don't like getting your hands in it, well then, you know, use a spoon or whatever you feel like using. But I don't mind getting my hands in the dough. But I will say, when I woke up this morning, I realized that I had not washed my hands real good from last night because I had little pieces of dough stuck to my fingers. It didn't want to, it dried on there. Okay, now I'm going to take a spoon and I'm just going to dip some of that dough in there. And you can keep this dough in the refrigerator for up to a week. So you could make these on, say, Sunday afternoon. And then for the rest of the week, you just come home from work and put these, take them out and put them in your pan. Get the rest of your dinner going. And you can have fresh yeast rolls with your dinner. You know, it's been so long since I've made these, I can't even remember what they taste like or what they look like when they're done. So this will be as exciting for me as hopefully as it is for you. But I figured there's some kind of bread recipe out there for everybody. Something that you're willing to take the time to do. Okay. Now, okay, I want to set them aside, let them rise. Then we'll cook them and see how they turn out. So I'll be back later. Okay, I've taken the spoon rolls out of the oven. And they doubled in size. And you see how they spread out, which is normal because you don't shape them, you just drop them in there. And they stuck around the edge because I didn't spray. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. You know, I took the shortening and did the inside. Maybe I should have just sprayed the outside and put a little extra shortening in there. But next time I'll know, because I do have more dough, because you can make more rolls during the week. I've seen some restaurants that have something similar to these as far as their shape. All right, let's see. We can get one and open it up. Ooh, very hot. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little butter on there. And they smell really good. Really good. Ooh. Hot, hot, hot. I think it'd be nice to have some honey butter. You can melt your butter till it's almost melted. Add some honey, stir it around, put it in the refrigerator and let it get hard. And you have honey butter. Whew, that sounds really good. Okay, let me have a little taste here. Mmm. Yeah. Mmm. It's amazing. A little flour, shortening, salt, yeast, and different combinations can give you such different flavors. Oh, just depends on what kind of roll you're looking for. I think this would taste good with a roast beef dinner. Oh, I'm very happy with these spoon rolls. Mmm. To think I can have all 6 of these today and make more tomorrow. Oh my. Yeah. When I was cooking for my family, we could eat up food and I'd have enough leftovers for my husband to take to work the next day. But with it just being me, it's a lot of food. And I don't like throwing it out. So I make it last as long as I can. Kind of vary up. I mean, I could make sweets every day, but my goodness, I don't need to be eating all of sweets. So anyway, well, y'all have a good day, a good evening, and please be kind to somebody. Bye.